show you the ultimate softbox for product, which is the square box that will enclose the product to diffuse the light and make the better rendition, because it will add some reflection, it will add some diffusion, and it will make your product perfect. The solution to shoot small product lies with the box, which is the digital softbox. It is a box that will diffuse and reflect the light. It is actually a reverse softbox. Your light will be outside of it, and the light will be diffused by the fabric on the side and reflected by all the fabric inside. It is also a very practical box. It can be collapsed, folded into a carry bag. You can have it with you all the time. It is the best tool to shoot your eBay product, small product, parts for electronics, parts for your collection. Today I'll show you how it changes photography for a variety of small products here. Some tips: use a remote release for your camera to make sure that your camera will not move. Ideally, use the macro lens or the macro mode on your camera. Never work on automatic. Put the aperture and speed on manual, and also be very careful about the white balance to be sure to have the proper color of your product. You will be able to use for these small product shots, as for all your photography, whatever type of light. We have at Aurora some quartz light, some tungsten light, and some flashes. Flashes from 150 watts to 1,200 watts. That only depends on what type of product you have. But all the photography you have to do can be achieved with any of our products, especially for the small products. In this demonstration, I will use the small Foresto flash for two things. First, it has a very strong modeling light, and second, it has a flash just enough for shooting in the product box. So I will turn off my quartz light and go on working with the Foresto, its modeling light for placement, and then we will sync the camera to the flash so that the flash is triggered every time we take a picture. The flash is turned on. The link is now made with the camera, with the PC cord here, and this is plugged in the camera PC outlet. I have a remote control to trigger the camera to make sure that the camera will not move while I will do the pictures. Inside of the flash, there is a modeling lamp that is lit now, but this is not my tool for taking the picture. When I will take the picture, the flash will be fired, sending a brighter light and of daylight type. So we will be making sure that we have our exact exposure and white balance at the moment of picture taking. If we use the light itself, it produces highlights and shadows. I may seem to be repeating myself, but this is the most important lesson in that light here. I have highlights here, dark shadows here, but as soon as I will go inside of the box, the light will be diffused and flattering, and the rest of the box will act like a reflector. The same thing for our spirit bottle here. As it is now highlight and low light. But as soon as we will go inside, it will be evenly lit. And also, when we will take the picture, we will close the front cover and take the picture by the hole here to make sure that there is still more reflection. Little clock here, highlight, no definition. As soon as we put it in the box, we have great coverage of all the camera. This little canister here, highlights, reflection. These details here exceed what your CCD in your camera can accept. And the dark here is so dark that there's no definition. As soon as we put it in, then we have details and control reflection. Same thing for our pencil here. You see shadows, you see highlights, but you don't see the whole definition. When we put it in, we will have all around wrapping light making nice definition. So this is what that product box does to any product you put in. Once the product are in place in the box and that you like the lighting that is on it, you will need to do the exposure. You will need the gray card to make the exposure or your old faithful light meter. Because the box is white and the background is clear, if you take the exposure directly from your camera or from the auto mode, it will induce your camera in an exposure failure due to the white surrounding. So you will need to make an exposure on the gray card that will give you your reference point, and if you are using digital, you will want to display your histogram to be sure that the gray peak from the gray card is in the plane center. You will also use this moment to do a custom white balance. The custom white balance will give you the difference between bad light and good light, but most of all will give you difference between recording your true colors or any kind of colors. Let me show you the difference with a white balance mistake that we can produce here. The importance of the white balance in this case is, as you can see in the image that we are showing you right now. I will be taking a picture with the automatic white balance setting. The image comes out all blue because what the camera actually sees is a tungsten light, which is my modeling light. It haven't seen the flash to make it adjustment. So now, looking at the scene now, for the camera, it is a tungsten scene. But when you get the image, it is all blue. So I will need to make a proper white balance on the gray card. Like this. And accept my white balance, and now do the same image with the proper white balance. And now you see that you can have all the real colors of the pencil, because now the camera knows what type of light that the camera is using. We will then resume our setting to be able to photograph all of our product in their best light. You see the image of the clock. You see the image here of the little pocket flask here, and you can even read the details on it. I will put my camera vertical, and we will go and get the little bottle and the little parrot. All our product have an even light when they are inside of the box. This box makes all your assignment for small product a pleasure. It is made with the same high quality material as the Aurora soft boxes. It is actually a light tent. It is a reverse soft box. The light come from outside and shine inside, and the walls are diffusers and reflectors. For highly reflective products, you will want to close that door in front and stick your lens inside the opening here to have the better reflection on your product.